Hello, welcome to another episode of our podcasts. This is wekati.blogspot.com. My name is Wafula Wekati. Today we're going to look at the summary of The Pearl, the novella by John Steinbeck. So in this podcast, we shall simply focus on the Pearl summary. We know that it's a novella written in 1948 by John Steinbeck. It is a simple story that can be considered as a parable, and it revolves around Kino, the protagonist, and his young family. So basically, when Kino finds the pearl, he hopes to change his life for good. Little did he know that the pearl would destroy his family and wreck his life. Chapter 1. The scorpion sting and the visit to the doctor. Kino is the protagonist in The Pearl. He is a native Indian who lives in the Mexican town of La Paz with his wife Juana and son Coyotito. They live in a brushwood hut in the poor neighborhood of La Paz. He is a fisherman and a pearl diver. He is poor but seemingly happy or contented with his life. They usually have a simple meal of corn cakes, sauce with pearl cake. They sleep on a mat while the baby sleeps in a hanging box. The story takes an interesting twist when Coyotito is stung by a scorpion. Juana cries for the doctor, but everyone says he will not come because the selfish European doctor only fancies treating rich people. This is after she desperately sucks the poison out of the child's swollen shoulder. They decide to go to the doctor. The doctor refuses to treat Coyotito. He contemptuously remarks that the little Indians never have any money. He is of a different race from Kino and clearly despises Kino and his people. Kino can only afford a measly 8 seed pearls. Kino is so angry when the doctor refuses to treat his son that he strikes the doctor's gate with his fist. Chapter 2. Kino's pearl. Kino and Juana set out to look for a pearl with which they can pay the doctor to treat their son. Juana gathers some brown seaweed and applies to the baby's shoulder. She also prays that they find a pearl. In the long run, Kino manages to find a pearl that is unlike any other. It is perfect as the moon and as large as a seagull's egg. Its curve is perfect. It was the greatest pearl in the world. Juana and Kino also notice that the swelling is going out of the baby's shoulder. The poison is receding. Kino howls, attracting the attention of the other pearl fishers. Chapter 3. Kino's visitors. Thief. The news of Kino's pearl spreads like wildfire. It comes to the priest walking in his garden, the shopkeepers, the doctor, the beggars, and the pearl dealers in their small offices. Everybody grows interested in Kino. Everybody wants to benefit from Kino's pearl. Kino makes big plans as a result of having the pearl. He talks about getting married in the church, acquiring new clothes, a new harpoon, a rifle, a Winchester carbine, and education for his son Coyotito. The priest visits Kino's brushwood hut. He tells him that he is named after a great father of the church. He asks him to remember to give thanks for his great fortune. Later that evening, the doctor visits Kino. He warns him about the effects of a scorpion sting. He gives the baby a white powder enclosed in a capsule of gelatin. He poisons the child. He then goes away. After a while, the baby is very sick. The doctor returns and administers 3 drops of ammonia to cure the baby. He asks when Kino can pay the bill. He says he will after he sells his pearl. The doctor pretends that he had not heard about it. He even offers to keep it safely for Kino and hints that it may be stolen before Kino could sell it. He leaves after Kino refuses to part with it or even show him where he hid it. Kino becomes suspicious and says that he fears everybody. That night, someone tries to steal the pearl. Kino bruises his forehead trying to protect it. Juana says that the pearl is like a sin and that they should destroy it or get rid of it. He says that it will destroy them. Kino is adamant that his son must go to school. Eventually, Juana gives in. The beauty of the pearl gives them a guarantee of comfort and security. They begin the next day with hope. Chapter 4. The pearl dealers. Kino is attacked. Kino goes to sell his pearl. The pearl dealers have conspired to cheat Kino out of the true value of his pearl. There is only one buyer with many agents, creating a semblance of competition. One dealer looks deceptively fatherly and benign. When he looks at Kino's pearl, he says that it is too large. He calls it a curiosity. Fool's gold. He offers a paltry 1,000 pesos. Kino says that it is worth 50,000 pesos. The second dealer calls the pearl a monstrosity and refuses to make an offer. The second dealer, a shy man with a soft voice, examines the pearl under a glass. He says that better pearls are made of paste. The third dealer offers 500 pesos, claiming one of his clients likes such things and could buy it for 600 pesos. The fatherly man behind the desk sticks to his offer of 1,000 pesos, but later goes to 1,500. Kino is vexed and says that his pearl is not for sale there. He decides that he wants to sell the pearl at the capital. His brother Juan Thomas later tries to dissuade him from going to the capital. He says, "I'm afraid for you." That night, Kino senses evil around him. He is attacked by someone who was lurking outside his brushwood hut. Blood oozes from his scalp and there is a deep cut in his cheek from ear to chin, a deep bleeding slash. Juana asks Kino to get rid of the pearl because it is evil. Kino insists that the pearl will give them a better life. He says that he is a man when Juana insists that they throw it back to the sea. He says that the next day they will go over the sea and over the mountains to the capitals to sell the pearl. Chapter 5. Journey. Juana tries to throw the pearl away and Kino kills a man. That night, when Kino and Coyotito are asleep, Juana sneaks out of the house with the pearl to throw it away. Kino catches her and beats her with a clenched fist. He even kicks her on the side. Kino is then attacked by an assailant trying to steal his pearl. He kills the man, but he is injured in the process. Juana picks the pearl and hands it back to Kino. They decide to leave for the capital. Kino finds out that his canoe is broken. His hut is also burnt by unknown people searching for the pearl. They go to Juan Thomas's house. He says that there is a devil in the pearl. Kino, Juana, and Coyotito leave for the north. Chapter 6. Journey to the north, Coyotito's death, Kino's return. Kino and Juana leave for the north. They try to cover their tracks. Kino finds out that they are being pursued by 3 trackers, 2 on foot and 1 on a horse, with a rifle. Kino asks Juana to head north to Loreto or Santa Rosalia while he tried to lose the trackers, but she refuses. They keep going, trying to shake off the trackers until they get to a point where they decide to rest. Kino later kills the trackers, but Coyotito is shot dead. Kino and Juana return to La Paz with their dead son. Kino finally gives in and hurls the pearl back into the sea. That is the end of our podcast. Remember to visit wekati.blogspot.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Wafula Wekati. Follow me on social media at Wafula Wekati.